Hey guys, it's Alden, and today we're going to be looking at the logos of the PBS affiliate, Nebraska ETV. Nebraska made their first successful airing on November the 1st, 1954, but it took them a whole 10 years later to make it statewide. Nebraska was one of the first states in the nation to begin the groundwork for educational broadcasting. Nebraska ETV is also famous for having been involved in a lawsuit with NBC in 1976. Because in 1974, Nebraska made their own logo, and then a coincidence happened where NBC had the same logo a year later, and because of that, Nebraska had filed a lawsuit toward NBC. But then, Nebraska just gave up, and they changed their logo in late 1976. And that's pretty much it. They also have radio, but who wants to talk about that? This is television. Anyway, the first logo I could find from them, I called the cardboard camera, and I think it was used from the 50s, but finds I have are from 1954. Anyways, that's all for this logo. Don't really have any thoughts on it, so let's move on to the Zoom Again, used from 1980 to 1984. This logo was only discovered in May 2019, so it's very unlikely you'd find this on anything. I do like the guitar theme though. So anyway, let's move on to the Zoom Again 2, used from 1984 to 1986. Again, I'm a fan of that guitar theme, and this logo doesn't really look scan-rated, it just kind of looks like something you'd find on PowerPoint. Anyway, let's go on to the next logo, the Wind Enchantment Piano. And here's the print version of said logo. This is probably my favorite logo from the company. It's simple, but it works. Not to mention, that theme is just so epic. Even though it's a closing logo, it'll just give me bump for anything. Anyways, let's move on to its short-lived successor, used only from February to June of 1990. A lot of people consider it to be the prototype of the next logo, but being honest, once you see the next logo, you'll see that it looks nothing like this one, so let's move on. I call it, oh come on, because it still used the darn wind chime theme. Look, I like it and all, but you used it for so many years, and this logo stopped use in 2004. Oh my god, it's a long time. It's alright for a logo of its time, but I don't really like how the flat 2D comets just flying and turn into 3D objects. It just seems kind of odd to me. Alright, this is our last logo today. I called it Nebraska Squares, and it's been used ever since 2005. But CLG Wiki's a piece of crap, and I can't seem to find any standalone versions of this logo on YouTube, aside from logo histories, which I would be very afraid to copy. So yeah, we're only just gonna stare at this single freaking screenshot, and this other 4x3 orange screenshot. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of PTLE, and stay tuned for my episode next time on KERA. So like, subscribe, and share, and good night. You are watching Television 12, WRNY in Rochester, New York.